in a moment.
No, it's still counting down.
Yeah, should be alive.
All right. It's still
And
counting down.
there's a little bit delay.
Oh, an error occurred. Please try again later.
Oh, you need a refresh in your end then
Okay.
on YouTube.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, I see a picture of our room.
Alright, so we are live on YouTube,
And
and
I've muted myself.
mm,
Yep.
right now you don't have to mute yourself. Anyway, we can have a conversation till some of the other members join us. But
Okay.
in meantime, we will play a song and do the introduction, and we will get back into tonight's Q&A with email masters, and anyone can come and ask us a question, and also join us in a public square room. Well, as if you want to one-to-one with our members, you can always ask them to invite you a room they can send you, and enjoy. And we will be back shortly after the song.
Oh, I had muted you. That's why I'm not hearing anything.
Messages across all the lands. From 0 to 1 million, we've taken the leap. Breaking all the records, we're in way too deep. We're the email masters soaring through the sky. Millions sent at once, watch our limits fly. No boundaries can hold us, no challenge too tough. In the realm of
I'll go back.
emails, we've got the right stuff.
Sure, you can let them know. A little bit of revision of this song, by the way. Don't laugh at my tunes.
Never laugh at your tunes.
Every single send
Let me
brings that electrifying hush. From
change
drafts
to
to
Facebook.
delivery, we own the game. Shattering the thresholds, it's
I
never the
did
same.
DM
Email masters
Doug
soaring
and Chris
through the sky.
Oh, that's
and
good. That's good.
Sent at
on
once,
the other group,
watch our
obviously on
limits
LinkedIn.
fly. No boundaries can
Very
hold
nice.
us, no challenge
All
too tough.
right.
In the realm of emails, we've got the right stuff.
Yes, indeed. When it comes to the round of emails, definitely this bunch of people this night on the stream, they got the good stuff. So that being said, welcome. This is Evan, behalf of No Limit Emails. We are coming to you live from Meet No Limit Emails, Email Masters, Room Direct, well as we are on live on YouTube. As usual, this is Evan, behalf of everyone at No Limit Emails, and as well as everyone that is in family. I thank you, all of you, and also welcome some new members. As usual, please do send us a domain you want to use. All you have to do is simply add your domain to the Cloudflare, send us that Cloudflare login details, and we will do the rest and send you your login details when is everything in place. And that being said, in this meantime, make room, invite us, reply to the email that we send it to you, and of course, when you receive your system, we will be there one-to-one and help you to get you started. And that being said, welcome to the family as it is spring 2025. Everything is blooming. We said we make it really interesting stream for you guys as it is end of the month get together with our members. Members ask me a question, they can grill me, they can basically make requests. I will be a kind of dartboard for all of them. Throw at me many questions they need to basically throw at me. So we will have a fire rounds and we will have a little bit fun stream for you guys based on real facts. I hope you will enjoy the stream. And that being said, you can see we have now another person join us. So hopefully it will be one of our members anyhow. So, as you know, most of us, we are also live in many different no limit emails provided rooms, and you can through the day literally room hop along, and by the end of the day, you be so filled up with so many good wisdom and good doing things online. You'll be surprised. So, join a conversation on a public square room. Feel free after every stream, we are there, and of course, come and join us in this live stream. Comment, share, thumbs up or thumbs down. Literally interact with us. Have a chance to put your name in our draw. Maybe one of you still can go into this draw that we can give a free count to one of you and have experience of no limit emails. And we have few more announcement towards end of the stream. Please wait for that because it's very important, and this time is something you really don't want to miss, especially on the specific opportunities when we open them up, and you really should grab them. And honestly, you should. So, that being said, congratulations to some of you who released your accounts, and I'm really pleased, guys. We're going to do really great work together, and I'm excited for you getting your hands on a super duper email functionality for your business. And please let me know if you checked your account, you can log in or not logged in. Anything that is an issue, let me know. So through the evening, through the days, through the nights, really, we are here to help you out. Just do not hesitate, let us know. And of course, now you also can make your own room and invite us. You can make that room specifically private. You could add a password to it if you want. And we always recommend you when you're making the rooms for yourself, please make yourself a password. So only give the room to people that you really love and care to come and interact with you. But if you're using it for public announcement and things like that, feel free to be flexible, and also do not drop your room, because if you drop it, somebody else there, they become admin, they can log you out of that room, to just let you know, because it's open source and this is no control. So if you make sure you create room, make sure that room is belong to you. That's all you gotta do. And of course, this is the safety for you as well. And make sure when you're creating rooms, especially for yourself, for your family, for your business, make sure you add a good strong password and only give that room to the necessary people that you share. So you have your own basically little corner of secure place to communicate. And that's it for us, and we're going to jump back on the live conversation with me and Barbara till we see have some other email masters join the conversation. And I'm sure through this stream we will get few of them. Of course, as you all know, at No Limit Emails, guys, there's literally no pressure on anyone, including our own team. We don't work neither on pressure or on time, but everything obviously have to work in time. What we say is we have a freedom and flexibility. You can be on audio, you can be on camera, you can be in your pajamas, you could be in a beach, you could be in a mountain. You really we don't mind where you are at, as long as you can connect to the conversation, and as long as you do your thing. That is all what's matter. It doesn't matter. Everyone gets 24 hours, and when we get a task, we know everyone have to do something in that 24 hours in order things get done. So we don't kind of push our teams around. Hey, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. There's kind of really being deleted through our work culture, because we trust the people that we work with, guys, and that's all fall down to it in the end. So that being said, we're going to switch your audio now back onto the room, and let's start have a good conversation about with email masters, and why actually we even have a label called email masters, why we calling the special people and our streams email masters. Do they deserve it or not? We can dig into that. Of course, I am personally open to all the related questions, especially when it comes to the why we are the actual real deal masters of this thing cold email, and we proving to everyone around the world, and is not gimme, but is also really not children's toy to play with. And we have been excited, as obviously now we're working on a lot of different improvements for everybody, including ourselves. So through the year, there is some good things will be released to our networks and for benefits of everybody using it. And of course, we will not really stop here, guys. This is just starting point. Still kind of imagine we are still really little young and young child in the scene of this sphere of communication as a whole, but with couple of really good examples what we able to do over the last few years is bearing fruit, not for us but for many of our members, and we are proud to listen to their wish, to listen to them, and to prove exactly what they like to see and be done. And that being said, as you can see, I am in the room as email masters just at the moment, me and Barbara. And
Hello.
hello, Barbara. Can you introduce yourself kindly and tell us why you should be called email masters?
Why we should all be called email masters? The
Y-
ones who will be joining us?
Yay, Phil. Why this group is like, why is it this ego they created, email masters?
Ah,
I mean,
well,
people will look at your screen, they say, well, how has that Jedi, you know? Uh,
Jedi Bruce. Yes, that is a Jedi poodle there.
and the Jedi poodle kind of like with that laser light. So obviously, it's like powerless people, they don't have that powers, right?
Definitely, definitely. Yes, we are email masters for several reasons. One of the reasons includes that each of us has sent well over 1 million emails over the past year or so. But the great thing about this is we are able to build our own targeted lists no matter what the industry is that into which we change. So anything that we want to achieve via email, be it an autoresponder sequence, be it automation, be it uh, 20 different steps put into specific follow up 7-day email marketing campaigns, we can do it easily, easily. Uh, that knowledge helps us be determined as email masters. Another reason why is none of us seriously have any ego about what we do. We happily and willingly will share without any expectations of, well, if I do this for you, you do this for me, etc., etc. We've become one rather close knit family regarding professionals who want to grow our businesses with email. So, if I happen to know the answer of a question that, say, Evan asks, or that Chris asks, or that anybody else asks or so, I'll happily dash it up and then I'll happily send it to everybody because it helps the group as a whole, as a committed resource. Individually certain we can certainly we can stand on our own as an email master. Together we're greater than the sum of the parts, basically. So the free learning goes on, the camaraderie goes on. I really can't say enough as to why we're all email masters. So that's my take, Evan. How about you?
Yeah, thank you. I think like to just add that really what you said, I kind of like um, can add real physical doing everyday stuff, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
every one of us get involved every day doing some sort of really work within a real live email and email functionality, email kind of basically sending and sorting, uh,
Mm-hmm.
because of level that we able to do. It's literally when we do the research ourselves, as just like anyone would, um, we find it's very difficult to find a very similar systemic kind of approach that
Mm-hmm.
anybody could start literally from clean slate with period of 30 day get reach certain levels are just unbelievable. Like sending million emails and sending 2 million emails, but we proven it's not about the volume that you could do.
Correct.
It's just really the solid system in place. If the system is solid enough that it can be done, and we experimented obviously with many counts. Um so far, what we've seen after the, let's say we done it, and then afterwards, we've seen the domain's activities kind of like level up. The IP score goes up, the send score goes up, the
Yes.
actual authority for emailing around the world goes up. And this is kind of really 99% of the sites that is we done like from the challenges, and specifically the IPs. Obviously, some sites drop them, but we still kind of able to track the actual IP after we give it to somebody else. That
Mm-hmm.
specific IP, because obviously already warmed up, already did the volume, so to speak, without getting blockage or having a bad reputation. So imagine that I just hooked that up on a new site that I wanted to run, and
Mm-hmm.
the statistics on that is kind of mind blowing, because literally the proven like warmed up, proven track, proven path, so to speak, and it's easy to walk on than this obviously like rough bush, right? So we've seen that improvement amazingly happening afterward as well. On the challenge side, on a level of learning, to be honest, I don't think there's anything out there like it.
No.
If we
No.
packaged it like marketers would or scrupulous people would, anybody could pay really big top dollars. Uh, but we are not like saying no to that. Eventually, maybe between all our members, we can create a co-product, something like that, package that,
Yes.
uh,
Yep.
and so everybody can have a fair share, right? So that's another thing. The also proven stability and obviously like continuum factor of the challenge was pretty interesting too. Like imagine like you having 100 system running, and every single system is every single day sending million emails.
Mm-hmm.
So within a almost period of a couple of hours, you sending hundreds of millions of emails globally, and becomes a huge ripple effect. you know. This is what we've seen happening with basically all of us doing the challenges, including myself. As you know, I'm being pretty regular as I can be, as a power permit, a network permit. So I'm not being like slagging either myself to sending emails.
Right. Right.
That side of it. I personally see the experience myself. Is it really consistent enough for me or not?
Right.
If it's not consistent enough for me, how can I really say somebody else is going to be consistent for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
that's another element. So many things that we try to reveal and show without kind of this weird curtains behind something. I think it's never done before, especially on the a level of, let's say, limitations when it comes to the email, when to a lot of perspective of other people out there in the world when it comes to email, and
Mm-hmm.
between us we kind of have that different perspective about how the email can really work and work for us well, without really either being like classed as abusive or a spammer. Having a clean reputation for your domains to send in emails is indication that there's really no spamming happening. uh,
Correct.
and that is basically a lot of people don't understand that side of it. When this data being utilized correctly in correct manner without abuse, and the actual communication is kind of factors of the truth, uh, is no problem. And we've seen this over, I don't know, nearly now year and a while.
Mm-hmm.
So for previous challenges, obviously that is way before, but for the latest one, I can give you some kind of data from the six that they did. They finished January 31st. So from
Okay.
January they started six count. Each count basically I was managing, and each count end up doing 2.3, 2.4, 2.3, 2.6, that kind of numbers uh, on each count. So the 12, well above 13, 14 million emails sent with basically six domains, and from zero startup, like
Mm,
literally, and end of the 30 days reaching that, and obviously now is like end of the March, or which is really just from January till March, right? This
right.
60-day period. If they had the data, they could be sending around 30, 34, 35 million emails
Right.
continually, like. And then if they kind of like after 30 days still sending, imagine literally 30 days, each day 2 million emails.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 60 million emails by six domains. We see it kind of the amazing data and amazing, literally kind of sense score,
Mm-hmm.
without really kind of dropping big or not getting delivered in certain places. Even we know like Gmail will limit people and all that. We tune our
Mm-hmm.
systems. They still send some to Gmail, but don't break the Gmail rules, so to speak, right? Uh,
Right.
and that's the been kind of elements that we've been working and tuning in behind the scene when we are doing discounts. But so many of them we did so far, like literally, is like scientific. If somebody tried to do a kind of scientific study about sending emails, especially emails in a way that really the way worldwide and bulk, the way it's supposed to be. When say bulk, supposed to be bulk, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I don't think anybody could touch this group of people within no limit emails when it
Agreed.
comes to the really volume and in this small period of time. Like, we're not taking year to do this. We squeeze the year almost, that many people can't really do million, probably they even business lifetime, right? Um,
Definitely.
and we know able to make it as if literally like child play, is a little bit laughable in a way. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because we made it easier for ourselves, because we really looked into the problems that we had, and
Right.
we cannot really kind of skip on this actual, let's say, okay, something maybe cost more, then that is problem remains. But in our case was, it was about really no cost, about what can we do to make it work. It was no cost and time either, like if we seen as something really going to benefit us to do this easy, and improve on things. As you know, we are always kind of like really eye open, researching and doing stuff. When it comes to challenge wise, um,
Mm-hmm.
if we don't challenge ourselves, obviously, kind of a little bit pointless, right? So we challenge ourselves, we challenge the system to see what is really possible today, and what is the kind of area that you could go, and what's the limit that you could do, and what is really kind of hypothetically just big wall that you're gonna hit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we proven that's also kind of like being a wiped out essence of data basically organizing. It all falls down to the true data organization and function, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we've seen it so much of amazing amount of a false lead or bad lead into the system.
Right.
And prevention side of it has been amazing, kind of literally lightning insights. Chris is on YouTube. Chris, you can join us in the room. That room is, and I send it to you on LinkedIn, Chris.
Oh, hey, Chris. Yeah, and I sent it on Facebook.
All right. So yeah, this side of it has been very interesting, especially email verification and validation side, and amount of that data that we capture uh, is pretty insane. uh,
Mm,
but obviously, we know, blinking of eye, everything changes in the world of real. So therefore, real data is always going to prove like you scan right now and you leave it 15 seconds later with three eye blinks changes. And having an accurate on stream on time tool is pretty interesting and pretty interesting data we see. Welcome,
yep.
Chris.
Hello,
Hello,
Hello
welcome,
there,
email
Chris.
master.
how is everyone doing?
We are
Excellent.
doing great. We are digging all the dirty stuff about email.
Oh, ooh, I'm right on time
Exciting
then,
stuff,
huh?
not dirty stuff. Eek.
Everybody wants me to ask what you guys think about my shirt. What do you think? Pretty cool. Little martini cocktail there. Nice
Oh, very
ring.
cool,
How
very
you
cool.
doing? How you doing?
Only
Everybody says I
because
look like a mafia don in this, and I is it just the it's just the shirt. It's just the ring. That's all. Ah, I don't know what's wrong with them.
very cool, very cool.
Yeah,
There, see, they think
you
it's
should
cool.
you should you should directly phone that Getty image guy so you can sell the image for $50 for email masters.
Exactly.
Copyrighted
Yeah.
Chris shirt. Yeah,
Uh,
welcome, Chris. Yeah, we are talking. Me and Barbara, we were saying, why is it really this group called Email Masters, and we are just having a general, all-round conversation. Why and the challenges that we done, the numbers that we are been doing, and obviously sustainability and accessibility of the tools itself and stuff that been happening behind the scenes since last month. And we can start with you. You can give us a little bit of basically creme de la creme of the numbers, Chris, if you don't mind.
yeah, I don't mind at all. I joined this in November or October of 2023 from an invitation that Evan had sent me to go ahead and clean my email list. And we put out an email for an offer, and the offer went out. And sure enough, I made a couple sales off of ice cold email. And I said at that time, hey, I may have something here. Now, we had other friends that were in the internet marketing world, and they kept on saying how Evan's system is never going to work. It's never going to work. I'll tell you what, I have upgraded my system now 3 times since I've been with this system. I have easily doubled and tripled and quadrupled my sales. I am making more money now in commissions and sales than I ever have before. And I'm in charge of it all. I do it all. I don't have to rely on some kind of third party person. So I check my emails. I put my emails out. I create the emails. I send them. My cold email open rate is at about 5%. I'm working on getting that higher. So for every 100 emails I send out, 5 people open it. These are cold emails of people that don't even know who I am. But after my first email, my open rate shoots up to 50%
Yep.
because I feel that I give these people value in the cold emails. And that's what separates an email master from everything else. If you give a customer value in the email, they will look at your email when it comes. Now, Doug is coming on, and Doug is going to say some disparaging things about me when he
Never.
comes on, and he is probably going to share with you a story about me.
A brilliant story.
loosely based on the truth, but a little bit
Very loosely.
Doug's laughing about it already because he thinks that it's very, very funny. Now, look, we're not all perfect. We aren't,
Hey,
and there is a learning curve where we have to learn how to do this stuff. The learning curve in no limit email is very forgiving. However, the learning curve in some of the other programs would have easily gotten me booted off of the system. Easy, without a shadow of a doubt.
You can
So
get
what do
boot
you
off
think?
your own system.
Yeah,
It's your own
I have my
website.
own system. How do how can I get booted off of it? Yeah, but it's my own system now. That was part of the allure because I had been kicked out of Mailchimp and Constant Contact and Aweber. Uh, I don't know why they just did.
I know the feeling,
Uh,
Chris. I've been
yeah,
there myself.
yeah. I mean, you build your business, you have it there. People are starting to respond to your emails. They're starting to come in, and then all of a sudden you turn around and now you're locked out. You don't have your email list. You don't. There's unsubscribed from you. So now, even though I do have the database, I have to send it out again. I don't know if the people are unsubscribed, and if they do, they put in a spam complaint about you because I unsubscribed and they're still sending me email. If you can't get your email from Aweber or any of those other places, how can you honor the unsubscriptions that are in your system? So
That's the exact point with me and Bar. We were just talking about invalid email data we were getting from almost
mhm.
everybody's uploading. Is very kind of
and
interesting area.
and it's terrible because when I was with Mailchimp, they had changed the terminology from email to contacts. So I didn't let it bother me. Email contacts, I know what it is. It's a contact. They charge you monthly for your contacts. Guess what else is in your contact list? Your good emails, everyone that has unsubscribed, everyone that has said do not send. So every time you send out a monthly newsletter, those people count as a send. And it's absolutely
It
ridiculous.
will eat your
Uh,
credits.
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then they can't wait to charge you an extra 20,
Doug is
30,
putting
40,
hands up.
$50
Let's
for
get
something
Doug, and
over.
he's got something
Yeah.
interesting. Got to want to get
I
out.
No,
I just
yeah.
wanted to add, not those three, yes, but also in Canada, you can't send an email without a confirmation in there. So every person that you've emailed that doesn't hit click the confirmation sits in your system as a contact, and you can't get them out. You can't delete them. You can't do anything about them. And they're so heavens forbid you should send 5,000 emails out and nobody confirms. You'll just continue to get charged for those 5,000 contacts and nothing you can do about it. So that's just my two
The
cents.
the one thing that No Limit Emails does that I really love, when you click on the email itself that you've sent out, it shows you every single link that you have in that email and how many people clicked that link. So if you have a click for a link for email list cleaning or bulk email sending, when you click on those contacts, you can actually save them in their own segment. If you're offering a special offer on a fanny pack or whatever, a shaving kit, whatever you want to offer your special on, you will see the exact number of people that clicked on that offer. You will have their emails, and you could send them a follow up email saying, hey, thanks for ordering. Thanks for taking a look at this product. If you haven't ordered it yet, go ahead now because we're planning a price increase. So the system does that for you automatically. You don't have to dig into anything to find that. That's the beauty of that because I have on my sites that I send out, I have a lot of people that click on a lot of different things. And I like to find out why they're not ordering. And so I can send them an email that just says, hey, I noticed you click on there. Was there a problem with processing the sale? I noticed you didn't order. And people will tell you right away, well, that's not right for me, or oh, I didn't like that, or I wasn't quite sure I wanted to do it. You can address those issues right away. Now, my products aren't that expensive, but if you're selling a product that's a couple $100, taking that information at hand, changing your website and your sales page so it reflects those changes, that's monstrous compared to how much you can do. And
Let me
so that's
ask both of you one question, Chris.
hmm
So, obviously, we know internally that you can do the track. Obviously, is for you could imagine that you could have a very rich content site or news site that you are
hmm
tracking a lot of links,
yeah.
and you send that in an email, and maybe your website itself, the statistic maybe not there, maybe you didn't connect to Google kind of
hmm
tracking stuff, which is many people don't.
hmm
uh,
hmm
Obviously visually gives you that link tracking. I think is very important because then you know
hmm
which article actually works somebody interested. So
Right.
according to that you can set up email and reconnect with people. So
hmm
Barbara, I think, has kind of very interesting also site with
hmm
really content rich, especially on a virtual coach. When you make
Oh
hmm
yes,
that,
oh yes.
when you actually turn that whole website to a kind of email, it becomes interesting, like what Chris mentioned, especially obviously you track your links, we know that. Imagine like lots of people really have a decent sites with content rich, but really do not have a decent tracker set up to know which part of the website actually value and where is really like interested people lies. Obviously, we know everything on the world of commerce, consumption, or want is based on this interest, right? Like they pay for opinion. Obviously, is just an interest. And email, when you have really this huge database type of website, imagine you could have a Wikipedia website that you want to really track everything on there, and you stick it in, it becomes a good research tool to dig out really what's missing or what you could improve or what you could kind of scale it up or have a resemblance. As you know, like when something works they make something resemblance or variation of that what's working. And we see that on a content side, very rich content building, content compiling without depixelizing, without really breaking stuff. uh, for us it's been really good experience building stuff, doing the way
Yeah.
that you like to just send a simple thing or make a really full on page as an email. So what your guys experience been with actual kind of cost saving versus, let's say we wanted to buy traffic from somewhere.
Okay.
Who's want to go first?
I I don't want to buy. I don't buy traffic anymore. Anymore,
That's
I
what
don't
I was
advertise
laughing too.
anymore. I don't
Yeah.
have Google ads anymore. I don't have Bing ads anymore. I don't, because I can grab cold email anywhere, dirt cheap, and send them emails that are targeted to them after a couple of things. And both Barb and I use WordPress for our websites,
Mm-hmm.
and our data matches identical to the counters. I know the counters I have in my WordPress website, it
Mm-hmm.
matches almost exactly what No Limit Email says.
Let's
So
just
I can
rewind
go
what
in
Chris just
to my
said. Chris,
posts. Yeah.
what did you just say? Maybe people didn't
Uh,
hear it again. Please go
for
ahead.
WordPress, for WordPress websites, when we're doing research on WordPress websites, we click the posts to see which one of our posts is most popular. Our numbers count of people that have actually read the emails versus the number of people that have seen the post is pretty close to being identically the same. And WordPress does a really good job in calculating pages and page views and other stuff. And I have found out that if I see a particular page visited a lot, I can just jump into my no limit emails, go to that email where the page is on, and see what other topics I'm talking about that drove the traffic to that
Yep.
click. And that's half the battle because the internet is nothing more than a battle for eyes. And
And
you're just trying to
attention.
bring as many people, yeah, you're trying to bring as many people to your site as absolutely possible. But when they get there, you got to feed them. You got to give them something that they that make them eat. You know, they're not going to want to come to your site and say, "Oh, well, that's a fluff site. I'm out of here. Goodbye." They'll never come back again. But you can do that through email. Let people see a little bit of your heart through email. And then once they see that, they say, "Yeah, I like that. Let me see what else this guy has to say." And that's why my open rates are 50% for follow ups. Yes, Bart.
You had mentioned that
Uh
in
oh.
your emails, you allow people to see a little bit of your heart.
Yes.
And that is so, so, so very much, so incredibly important because there are a lot of people out there on the internet that talk about the same topics that everybody else talks about. So the question is, who are the people going to stick with? Well, they're going to stick with the folks who resonate with them, who show them that no, they're not, like um, marketer down the street. No, no, no. There, you've transformed yourself from just a marketer, kind of, sort of, into a friend when you show that aspect that is inside your heart, and that really also helps, email conversions too. Because when it come down to it, like I said, who do people buy from? Do they buy from I don't know person from down the street, or do they buy from the marketer who has somehow become their friend through showing their heart and letting other folks into what it is that they do in their daily business, giving the help, giving the tips, etc., etc. And I can answer my own question. They choose the second person, and no limit emails helps with that greatly. Continue, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to buy from someone who makes them feel something. And it doesn't
Yeah.
it can be feel good, but it doesn't have to be feel good. It can be empathy, like all of the positive emotions. If you can put it out there so that people feel positive emotions, that's the ones that they're going to come back to. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's that's
They want
you.
they want
It's like
someone that they can relate to. They
yeah,
that when I put in a story of something that has happened, somebody can sit there and saying, "This guy's running into the same exact problem that I am."
Yep.
You know, he knows, he understands what I'm going through. Yeah, I've been down that road, and I'm not afraid to tell you I make mistakes and I make errors. Now, with that being said, Doug, I know that you've been chomping at the bit to tell your story. Every time we get together, Doug has to tell this story of sorrow, of sadness,
Of
of
triumph.
of heartbreak. Oh yeah, triumph and heartbreak at
Triumph,
the same
son.
time.
Triumph.
yeah,
Triumph
But
and heartbreak
generally,
at the
generally
same
speaking,
time.
like what you guys have, the experiences, the slides I've been sharing, the emails, as you can see, is just
Mm,
portraying the truth and the love and actually openness. Can I be useful to you before kind of start selling you something? Can you just check me
yeah,
out?
yeah,
See if I'm
yeah.
right shoes for your feet type of kind of scenario,
Hmm. Hmm.
reality of the things. As you know, for me personally, is all about reaching out to the other person, say, hey, I am this person. It doesn't matter
Hmm.
if you
Right.
like me or dislike me.
Hmm.
I am this
Yeah.
person. I stand for this. This is what I'm
Hmm.
doing. And if it's really is a new cup of tea, join us. If it's not your cup of tea, is no one is kind of putting gun in anybody's head. Say, okay,
Hmm.
this is the only thing going to save you in this kind of really world,
Right.
which is for us, just like Chris mentioned, eliminated literally paying advertising, right? For Google, for
Yeah. Yeah.
Yahoo, for Microsoft, for myself, it's been absolutely disaster social media year. like total disaster. So
Yeah.
Character building.
yeah, I mean, absolutely is kind of you could imagine character destruction in essence of social media lockout. Kind of
Yeah.
as if like I
Yeah.
said everything against everyone in the world, as if like I was the only guy that got to like literally said something. But we seen it, and myself, we all
Hmm.
experiencing. Uh, Really is essence of enjoying the something that we know is productive before
Hmm.
every anything else we do, like enjoying something that we know is could produce a positive end, like kind
Hmm.
of Doug was saying. So the whole idea is really about positive and positive messaging, and as you all know, we made it really revolutionary element for everybody to have a kind of some sort of freedom. Before
Yeah.
it was not possible, and
Hmm.
obviously many bad and many good things could be said about it. Everyone's got their own opinion, but we made this live elements to be available for everybody in the world to use, and to not kind of be let to not say, hey, you guys are doing something secretly in your corner you didn't share with us. So we share the basically meet with everybody in the world, and we've seen amazing stuff happening with this specific window to the world of internet, and we are proud connecting many people, have a conversation just like ourselves. As you can see, we're using it ourselves, so makes us easy to connect, easy to convey, easy to be working on same page, easy to listen and understand the other side, without this time restrictions used to be put on us when it comes to the really online communication. This is for benefit of all of us, like myself included, and everyone in here on the window you can see included, including whole wild world now. We are reaching, guys, enormous numbers, really around 70 to 75 million people utilizing this tool around the world. We don't collect data, but we just have a number ticker goes on when somebody makes a room. That's all it is, and that's what we got with this one. We are working behind the scene. We will make it better. We will make it even more secure for people. Obviously, we want people utilize it just to be a connection to the rest of the world within their own will, within their own power, and which is, I think, is important about love. So if we didn't love the others, we would not really make this kind of things to be public like this. It's not about money. It's not about we selling them something. We sell a service. Is with the email itself is really beyond service, because services normally you buy a single package of something. You know, services like you go into the garage and you change your car oil once, and you go and becomes disposable. But ours is really is a little bit beyond the service. It is all about really family and cohesion, collectiveness, and understanding each other and helping each other the areas that we all lack something. And but powerful of group like you guys as a masters, I don't know, I could never dreamed of having teachers like you guys, and I thank you for all the time you given me personally over the years now. And we've been doing this amazing really a study of ourselves, study of a little bit more understanding of about communication with email, the commercial side of the email, non-commercial side of the email, beneficial side of the email. That imagine that we just receive some good email say, hey, I just wanted to ask you how's your day is today. Is there anything I could really do for you? Here is my gift. Could be a dollar, could be a gift, could be whatever. To just giving somebody out random, I think is the one thing I have done previously a lot. If you guys remember way back way when I used to post on Facebook, my daily goal is complete and my gift of the day is being given out. I help somebody to solve some problems. Just random person from the internet, beyond the people ask me in the Quora or ask me some other ask pages, hey, can we fix something? And that's basically what I was been doing, is just a to really be a in a position that whatever we giving, there is really no end of giving. Obviously, like is this love, as they say, is a circle. There's no end of love, and I really believe circle of openness creates that the other stronger circle of love within that, and we being all of us being so open, so honest, so helpful to each other like family as it is. And we see that all of us feeling that. Days that I don't stream, I miss you guys. days days that I miss some of you, and I worried about literally just like my own family. What happened to you guys, and I know you feel similar way towards us, and I personally appreciate that, and we see that that is where really that true love lies, right? Is about you trusting me to do something, and that something is beneficial for you and me, not one way or the other way or the other side, so to speak. That is like basically we are become a part of the same two sides of the same coin, so to speak, and we all use same tool, same kind of basis of understanding of really what do we want to do with this tool. We like what can we really further improve on to improve ourselves, our lives, really, our data, because it's important. Like people think digital life is not important. I think they're sleeping still. So digital data is absolutely is must have. And if you really want to really take care of the future down the road, because this data is going to be so expensive to get, as the things are getting already broken physically around the world, trade stuff. So the data is like not much behind that, and as will be difficult, difficult, difficult. And we want the people right now in this point in life, and right now is available. Why not have some databases of yourself? Uh, is better than having really a bunch of images or PDFs, but you can always utilize it. That doesn't mean you have to utilize it today or right now. So that's one area literally I wanted to kind of point out. Me and Doug, way back, we talked about this topic itself for a while when we were looking, because I was personally very skeptic on the edge, totally like somebody kind of flick me, I will fall off type scenario, because that gray area of this data misuse. And we did kind of really stand back with a lot of kind of distance looking into it. What is the really legal and best way to utilize business data, business to business data, without abuse, without breaking rules and regulations, and without a system that also enhances this function? And long and behold, we now done so many challenges. uh,
I'll be right back. Have to
or
get mooses in.
all right. Long and behold, we done so many challenges, but we talked about a few days ago that we want to do something new for some new people. So as you know, right now, and on the sales page, we dropped the prices to just a blank slate again, like literally from day one, is a 67 bucks. So we thought we create a mini challenge, $67 package, and people will be able to, instead of sending 100K, let's say we're going to double that up for them. They will do the 15 days with us, with some our help, and then the rest of 50 days they have to do it themselves, but they still can jump on the live rooms and get help and feedback from us as they need it. So we will think about this and see what you guys thinking, and if that's the possible to do, we can get that on the road. And I think be amazing time to get few more people involved, to have a experiences we having, especially on the email side, and see what we want to do is we talk obviously a little bit about this on the other rooms, see what you guys can plan and we execute. And that's basically my kind of little reveal to you guys, and see what we know we have done a little bit bigger to the medium challenges, and a lot of people maybe could not afford it. A lot of people not knew what to do. They maybe they didn't trust us. We didn't have no track record of anything, right? And now we have all that in place with real physical human being behind the send button. So there is undeniable evidence there that when we say, okay, we're going to do the challenges, we know we can complete them. We don't leave anybody behind or drop anyone. And everyone is being taken care of exactly what we said it would. Plus, uh, myself, when especially I organized the challenge counts, as you all know, every day was literally is all left. The challenge again, and make a copy or a clone, or make a new email and press send button. Everything was there. Leads are there, and that's was basically it was entailed. And this we will do exactly same for that 15 days for people. And then after that, that next 15 days, they could still be under some sort of supervision if they will, but they can join us in the live rooms and we can help them too. So $67, we could make that uh, price extend. Literally, let's say we get a challenges and challenges got, I don't know, let's say each of us got 2 counts or 4 counts, whatever, and that will extend this low $67 price on the website as long as this challenge continue. So if that's the case, we're just gonna keep it on $67 to give everybody in that whole infrastructure for a while. Obviously, we know we only had it on a dime sale to just make sure that other kind of services that doesn't track really are accurate pricing. So there was madness behind that, guys. It's not about we want to make extra 10 cent off somebody. It's just kind of really tactical, tactical for the competition uh, point of view. But obviously, when we switch that on, like we say, it only goes up obviously after few sales, 10 cent, guys. So it's not still big deal. Even it goes up to $70, still good deal because, as you all know, we what's behind it really is just insane. Like really, you cannot get everything what's behind it for that type of price and anywhere in the world. Uh, not in the planet. So I think that should be good offer for you guys to introduce some new people and let's make some waves with some emails and see how many people we could get in on that. We make it what you guys can come up with some wacky name for this challenges if you like. So spring to email challenge or something like that, or 30 day this time.
Now, did you mention that you have these set up automated, right?
Yeah,
Is
like
that what you had mentioned? Yeah.
well, literally what they
So,
have to do, they still have to provide a domain.
right, you still provide a domain, you still set up a Cloudflare account, and you give the login credentials
That's it.
for the Cloudflare, but everything else is basically set up pretty quick, is it not?
Well, yeah, we will like make it a 15 days emails, upload 15-day segments. All the leads will be there, and few emails be there from literally moment they get in, they can
Hmm.
start sending email.
Right. And that opens up the door for us to help them along the way. I
Yep.
think this is something that we want to share with people that we know, people that are smaller businesses trying to get off the ground. The one thing that we overlook too easy is that no limit emails is so radically different than the rest of the world does business. It is so radically different because every email marketing out there from MailChimp, all of them will say, well, you put up a free offer where you give somebody something for free and you pay for advertising and you drive advertising to your site. And then when they get your free ebook, they go ahead and give you their email. We cut that out. We don't have to deal with that. We got the email already. You're just going to hone your skills in writing an email that makes people want to open your follow up emails.
You literally have
Yeah.
already lists ready made.
Yeah, you have the list, you have the clients, you have the customers coming. They're
If
going to
we
be coming.
wanted to, if we wanted to make this a square challenge, so would it be possible to do 150K in 15 days?
Yeah, because like
It's
by
like
then they can.
look like that,
We know like really 30 days we can do a million, right?
right? But I'm talking about the small system. Would the small system do 300,000 in a month?
Yeah, that's 300, no problem.
Yeah, so like 15 day to 15K, that kind of rolls off the tongue
Right.
and
Yeah, that's good. Now let's work something on that doc. See what you guys
I'll,
add and what else we could do.
I'll just stop sharing that. But that was just a thought, just because it, you know, kind of
I
rolls
think it's a
off
good
the tongue.
idea. We know like if it's 100K that we know we can double up to 200K easy to send.
Hmm.
So for
Yeah.
them, they have that
Yeah.
level. At least they don't have to worry. Even they say,
Hmm.
okay, maybe I'll send 10 emails, 100K. Then what next, right? But hey, guess what? We can give you 200K if you really come into this challenge count.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
that's
let's get you up and running and get you. Don't worry about the numbers right away. Let's see results first.
let's
If
get
we
you
start
send
seeing
15
results,
emails first.
because to be honest with you, someone who's doing 100,000 emails and they're worried about coming close to that, they'll pay $30 more a month to get 2,500 emails,
Right.
triple that amount. They'll easily pay the extra $30 a month to get to that level. And if you offer to help them with, I'll give you emails, I'll give you a bunch of B2B emails for you to use, and you know, and they'll say yes. And you want to see, I think that each one of us that has a vested interest in friends and people that we know, that this would come in handy for. I could think of 5 or 6 churches I'd like to contact right away that do newsletters. And I know they spend a couple $100 a month in postage and printing costs. Now they can send it live each week to these people of what they've done and even include a service because they record all their services on YouTube. The fellow who I talked about who does the Medicare and Medicaid Q&As every Sunday to senior citizens, he contacted me and says, I want to do this next week. I I need to have these people see me. I need to show them a blackboard with the numbers on it. I need to show them, look, this is where your money's going whenever you're using that. And if we can get you in here, here, and here, it's going to save you this much money a month. How much is that going to save you? Sometimes older people have problems understanding stuff unless they see it in black and white written on a board.
Can't
And
deny that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he said that that way he can show them and say, look, with this system, it's already there. It's already a federal program. All you got to do is just have us fill out the form for you. We'll fill it out and submit it for you.
Right.
That's why this guy's business is a little bit odd because he does all the paperwork for the people. He sends it in, and that, and he said down the road that'll pay dividends down the road because when they need somebody for my paid services, I'm the first guy they call, and they
Well,
say,
for
where can
just
I get
the for just the email data processing, really every
this?
institution needs something like this
Mm-hmm.
behind them.
Yeah.
Just maybe not they used could be the obviously maybe not the primary object, but it's just having
Mm-hmm.
some place that safely you could save data and clean data and
Mm-hmm.
organize data, right?
Yep. Yep.
Customer contact data, patient data,
Mm-hmm.
members
Yep.
data, you
Mm-hmm.
name it, institutions,
Mm-hmm.
schools, businesses. As you know, businesses are really institutions in some say
Mm-hmm.
some scale, because they all don't have to be that big, but in the core of it is really what it is entailed to. And when we look really this data hygiene part and data really safety part, we
Mm-hmm.
really look, we
Yep.
definitely serious about. There is no like two way about it, especially with current condition of the world. And we've proven to ourselves and everyone else who's used our system last few years, we've been safer than most systems out there. And
Right.
and the reason for that, because literally there is a impossible there's an impossible way that people going to try to shut down Cloudflare. So,
Hmm.
like, a little bit impossible for the people to do that. And I mean, we're not saying it's not possible, but they trying, right? They trying
It's
day in,
highly
day out.
unlikely.
So,
Yeah.
like, if long as the world of internet cannot shut down a Cloudflare, so to speak, we are safe as them.
Mhm.
And that says something for all of us, really, when it comes to that. Let's say church wanted to use this for the members, congregations, secure,
Mhm.
secure way to communicate with them.
Mhm.
Is only
Yeah.
church has access, and then two people have access to it behind the scene. And if
Mhm.
anything vile happen, guess what happens? Easy to point to
Yeah.
people because there's not many
Right.
heads, right?
Right. Yeah. Not many people use it. Yeah. And yeah, it's just there's so many people live out of town.
Well,
Like
it's
who?
not like
Yeah.
name cheap. Like, who do you know
Mhm.
that work behind the scene?
Mhm.
We don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like the other systems, we really don't know who's behind the scene, who's their
Mhm.
team, who works for them, who
Right.
doesn't, who is just part-time employee or freelance
Mhm.
for a task, right? We don't know.
Right.
But in our system, we eliminate all that in known area. It's just, let's say, two targets out there. It's two heads, and then
Mhm.
is you. So if there's
Mhm.
anything bad happen, you know who it is, where it can come from. There's not many had to kind of try to waste time to research on when it comes to the safety and
Right.
trust factor stuff, right?
Right.
And
Right.
many other companies obviously compromising this. We've seen the side effects of it. And
Yeah.
as you all
Yeah.
know, literally like not long ago, all the important people in the United States, their email data being leaked around the world. We know this kind of thing is real. We know it happening. But we, for ourselves, whereas for our members, and we see that is the most important, really, part of all is this safety part. And the safety part, we really do everything that we can in our part, well as obviously utilizing companies like Cloudflare, the team, their knowledge about in the space. It helps all of us and helps whole world to have a safer like interactions and communication and everything else in between. We've seen a huge shift, obviously, last few years when it comes to the cybersecurity side of stuff. And we are a data company, communication company. We understand the importance of really having a solid structure based on a realistic kind of what's going on, not hypothetical stuff like really what is kind of being diminished, like social media sites, for example. I lost my account. We don't never imagine that happen to our members or myself in our systems. So this is important part. Many people really don't have an idea or the budget to have a right team for this kind of stuff in place. That's why even big companies like big government companies, literally big institutions, they getting kind of a little bit compromised because they don't know who they're employing. Really, they too many of them, and they all over the place, and all this remote teams and everything. So we are not against any companies, whatever their setup is, but we've seen the side effects of the general society, including myself, losing my social account to hackers or being compromised within their own servers. I was logged into my account. How can somebody kindly steal it from me? Why they got onto this their kind of service, and why is that happening? Not just really to, let's say, Facebook, and we know happening to many other platforms, and it's real. It's menace. Honestly, it's menace. Uh, I personally have committed quite few things to the community of the safety stuff. Whatever kind of we it suggests or help, we are generally have a good intention to really the improve the fencing, improve the legitimacy of the data, and improve the legitimacy entry and exit type of thing. We are not a real government. We don't want to restrict, obviously, anybody to use the internet, including ourselves. But we've seen it really big pressure from the corporate, big pressure from the governments, big pressure from so-called adversary. But on the internet, we ourselves really don't see anybody that use the internet is the enemy of the other internet user. We believe in internet is open place.
Yep.
That's why we are exist in it. And I think, yeah, some other people's play the foul play. We know they exist, and we have done not too bad for years, and we will still keep improving. And obviously, it is dangerous time for lots of the businesses out there, digital businesses. They getting compromised, uh, and is menace to the society as a whole. We know lots of it also gets spread by the email, and ourselves producing, publishing emails. We believe our systems have good enough abilities and filtering and technology out there. We preventing if anything like that happens through our network, which has not really happened so far. And we send millions and millions of emails as openly, and I'm personally also sharing like my daily sends on screen, and obviously reporting to you guys daily on YouTube what kind of numbers I've been sending, what happened, what kind of email I did send, is all about really cleaning up a little bit the space that is being covered up with so many bad stuff, especially email. But for us, as you all know, we have now really our emails can be live, just like we could embed this room into our emails, and we turn the email to this live communication like never done before, and legitimize the email totally face to face. We don't have to write there to speak to someone to try to sell or buy or have a conversation with them. Let's just meet them with a camera and a feed, or with audio and a feed, right? Within directly an email. And so far, I think we've been head of the industry for a good several years when it comes to the video in feed of the email. So we've been doing that like nearly 5.5 years now, and slowly some companies will catch up with that. I think one of them will be probably Google or something. They implement videos that kind of normally clunky and doesn't work, and we've been improving literally when it comes to also live streaming globally and with an internet as well with live stream. So we have put really a lot of work into that too. As you all know, you're experiencing it, using it UI. I use it at daily, hourly. To be honest, we are on it on certain rooms for hundreds of hours. So that's another kind of really not a small achievement. It's kind of big work. We say it's tiny, tiny achievement so far. We done pretty well, I think, on that field with an experience that we are all of us having with this UI, and it's been really glue between us and you guys. As you can see, is really invaluable when you get a good group of people to have a co-work, to have a just conversation, to just genuinely ask something that is maybe bothering you, or just like let off a steam if political news upsetted you or something. So, this is the reality that we know we need each other. We need each other connection live, and we don't have anywhere in the world to do that, but we have to create it for ourselves. So that's where it all lies to people asking me, why guys you doing this? What's the catch? Is it like a gimmick? Is it really working? Why is it like you just giving it for free? Who are you? Is it you got a rich daddy? You know, or do you have like white privileges? Like they just don't understand the actual true human needs of our world. It's true connection, one to one, and it's been eliminated by payment, by packages, by limitation of time. And we believe that we can do something about that. And I don't mind paying the server, and I don't mind 100 million people connecting and having conversation. And I will do that day in, day, not, day out, without a question asked, honestly. And I think we have been doing that. It's been long enough now, nearly a year and a bit, actually, live UIs for the public. and we love it because it's literally save people lots of hassle, lots of security, lots of uncertainty, and also lots of missed time to be connected with loved one remotely when especially some people are overseas. For example, I have a family
Hmm.
overseas, and literally we just make a room. It's called family room, and you connect around, and you don't have to switch it off. You just leave your messages and so on and so forth. It's like literally live within the live, so to speak. So anytime something happen, you can get almost instantly reply. Maybe you don't have a phone credit, maybe you don't have a phone on you, and this is another part. Like speaking to people literally on their mobile phone, they could be top of the mountain or basically on a beach or on a boat somewhere. And this is what really this UIs enable us to do. And I think eventually people will find more better uses for it. Imagine literally you searching for someone, you could stream this directly to somewhere uh, around the world. So hook one mobile phone with your Wi-Fi, put it on your drone, and start recording and streaming to YouTube with the UI. So that's another kind of really areas of further research or for the rescue and all that kind of things. We can see uses for it, and we will see what people come up with. I love to see some screenshots what people using the tools for, and we've seen really amazing amount of people connecting around the world to it, and which is very very nice. And without us, obviously, like these people could not connect live in this many hours. I could not connect with you guys without this many hours. That's the fact. So now we are about an hour and 15 minutes in YouTube. uh, what do you guys have? Do you guys have any questions for me? Would you guys like to ask anything? And you guys find anything interesting that you did last 30 days about your
I
email?
have I have a question.
Go ahead.
Those of you that are out here that are watching this presentation right now, Evan had a very interesting interview this past week with someone who interviewed him about talking exactly about this no limit emails and meet. Would you like to explain who that person was, Evan, Danielle, and
Well,
what what
we're going to keep that in a wrap till the podcast go live.
are you serious? You have to?
Yeah, because obviously it is kind of the invitation is not my gig, it's their show.
Mhm.
I can't reveal
Mhm.
anything till they air it, and then maybe then I get the permission to share it. So we
Were
will
Ah,
see.
you were you surprised when you got this
To be honest,
invitation?
yes. To be
Mhm.
honest, yes and no.
Ah.
Yes, because literally we are like tiny, tiny. No,
Hmm.
because literally what we have done last few years not is not related like today or myself today. Is based on early
Mhm.
track record of things what happened, what is actually being accomplished or done, and this is what kind of obviously heighten people's interest. And a
Mhm.
lot of people in the tech world, lots of people in communication world, we know we are not the only people. Every country has an amazing amount of people involved in this field, but so far we have done a little bit something different than every single one of them has tried before.
Mhm.
And that's where is kind of really interest also lies, because based on really that specific differences. I mean, you mentioned yourself. I didn't tell you to say that word. You say no limit emails is different,
Mhm.
is different
Yeah.
than anything else out there. So that's literally why these people have this kind of interest in us, and as well as really other kind of really people around the world eventually will take a notice of us. Hey, okay, what is going on in here? Why is it this is possible
Mhm.
with this guys, not anywhere else? Right? That's the whole idea.
It's definitely a game changer, definitely.
I mean, the
And there's
whole
so
whole
many
truth
people
is
out
you
there.
guys. The whole truth is, you guys, do we change anything in your lives?
Oh yeah,
Yes or no?
yeah,
That's the bottom line, right?
No
absolutely,
doubt, yes.
absolutely. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh,
I think if anything, you've given me the confidence, or No Limit Emails has given me the confidence to step out of my comfort zone, to try stuff that I normally wouldn't try, knowing that I can get results. Uh, I'm looking for leads in somebody else's backyard. You know, they say, oh, stay in your lane, only do what you do. But with No Limit Emails, the world's open now. The world's wide open, and it's amazing. It literally is. And when you're first starting out and you're using these other services and you're concerned about, I don't want to go over the levels, I only have this much money in my budget and everything else, and you're not working with someone who says, hey, if you make a mistake, it's okay. We're not going to charge you extra for that. That takes a huge weight off of your shoulders. Growing up with a single mother, as I grew up with four other brothers, we had a big family. My dad, supported us as best as he could. But when you have five kids going to private school, that's expensive. And it was a choice by my parents to send us to Catholic school. So it's one of those things where sacrifices have to be made, and to see people today that are just squeaking by, anything to help them run their side hustle or their side gig or whatever they want to do to help them. That's why I think that this $67 program is going to go crazy, because you're going to have people that are out there that maybe play in a band and want to start building a following, and they want to put their videos online, and they want to send their emails with their video into potential producers or places that would book them. That's a huge market that's out there that nobody is even addressing. And we can't, because you can't play a live video in MailChimp. You can't. It doesn't allow you to do that. But our system does. Imagine getting an email with a YouTube video in it that plays inside your email. You don't have to go to YouTube to play it. That's amazing. That's
even
incredible.
as a even as a at a more basic level too, Chris. With this, you start at $67. It allows you to start a business from nothing. You can
Hmm.
start a business for $67 a month,
Hmm.
and when the time comes, you can just increment that to two and a half times,
Hmm.
right? So to 200, from 100,000 emails to 250,000 emails for about 30 bucks.
Hmm.
So now you've more than doubled your business, but you fixed your budget at now $97 a month.
Hmm.
If it continues to grow, you can go to $197 a month, and
Hmm.
now you're at 1 million
Hmm.
emails a month.
Yeah.
So this allows a business to actually fix a budget.
Hmm.
You only need $67 a month plus, utilities and stuff that you're going to have to buy anyway. And you
Hmm.
can grow your business at your own pace
Hmm.
and have us,
Help you.
the other users of No Limit Emails, to help you build along the way. We'll help you
Hmm.
write your emails. We'll help you with ideas for your business. We'll help you avoid spam filters and all those things.
Hmm.
And we do it freely. We do it
Hmm.
we do it out of love because No Limit Emails become our users. So here you can have a business with a support team behind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Not just that, actually, reverse your total cost. And why two people will pay you more money you pay in?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I just didn't want to muddy the waters there. I just
but
Yeah.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
is again, is like starting a business that you can actually reverse the cost of business and same time turn to the residual income well as outreach machine or a data processing
Hmm.
machine, publishing machine you could call it.
Hmm.
It's literally full on publishing business in a box for 67. I mean, it's never seen before, comes with everything that we doing, There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
been taken off. Maybe people think
Mm-hmm.
there's just something been taken off. You still get exactly full stack of the no limit emails tag behind, and
Mm-hmm.
you basically have a almost with an eye blink. As soon as you get your login details, you become literally your own publisher and on the go. And obviously, Chris mentioned a few streams ago, you could do so many side gigs beside
Mm-hmm.
actually having decent, generous affiliate part too,
Mm-hmm.
and well as obviously useful tool to actually eliminate, like Chris mentioned, eliminates the freaking paying ads, eliminates
Mm-hmm.
you to try to reach out, try to create this generation, traffic generation on your own terms, with your own data, with your own
Mm-hmm.
power of will. You generate
Mm-hmm.
traffic as you want. And that
Mm-hmm.
itself, with $67 in any days, I have paid $67 more for far more worse products out there many times
Yeah.
myself.
I
Uh,
just paid at the Chinese restaurant for lunch last week.
That's what I was gonna
That
say.
was it.
I've
right.
bought sushi that cost me more than
Yeah.
$67, and that was only
Yeah.
lunch.
Well,
So,
here's the thing about no limits that I don't think we talk about. Once you learn how to do something with no limit emails, like clean an email list, that is a marketable skill you have now, today, that people are looking for people to do that for them because they can't do it. You learn how to send bulk email. People are looking all over your area, all over your town for people to do that
I
for
mean,
you.
that's true skills
So,
stacking,
yeah,
right?
exactly. That's exactly it. You're going to build a skill set for $67 a month that you can turn around and generate revenue for yourself with.
I mean,
And
they're
you
gonna
don't have to
learn how
sell it
to
every
write
month.
subject line, Chris. They're gonna learn how to write
Exactly.
email copy. They're gonna learn all
Right.
the tricks that No Limit Email Masters put together over the years for nothing.
Yep. Yep.
And all they
Yep.
have to do is be brave.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, night out in a Pizza Hut and get more expensive these days.
Mm-hmm.
Have a digital business. Actually, you could, most definitely scale up. We've seen it ourselves. I've been using one
I've done it.
domain
Yeah.
for so many years now,
Mm-hmm.
and that domain is being kind of delivering so much traffic. It's just insane. Imagine literally one domain that's all is need to be kind of in place, in order that anybody could really taste what we are tasting. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
impossible for people to do, because we will help them that first 15 days. And after
Oh
15
yeah.
days, we will again still not just kind of drop them. We will definitely
Mm-hmm.
still be on the rooms, and they can jump in and out, and they make their own rooms and all that kind of thing. And I think
Mm-hmm.
we know when you are in the challenge room, you really don't want that room closed.
No.
Because that's like
No.
No,
the,
no, 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 no.
yeah,
Well, mhm.
You realize that our 0 to 1 million room has been open
for
now.
thousands of hours now. Continue.
Yeah, because it's only flicked and opened again, and right now I think it's, what is it, 700 some hours?
Yeah, we do like a little bit server refresh on UI for sure.
Yeah, it.
Anyways, we are we are an hour and a half. Would you like to let us know where people can reach you, and your last comments and remarks,
Mhm.
and what you guys feeling about no limit emails, and what does it do for you?
I'll go first because I'm the mouthiest person here. You can reach me at MMO America. That's MakeMoneyOnlineAmerica.com. You can reach me there. I've got a bunch of posts for emails, sending emails, and I will help you. I will give you leads to, you know, link into my no limit emails, sign up under my account. We're here to help you succeed. And if you're using Zoom or know someone who uses Zoom and is paying $9 a month for it, you can tell them to quit today and you can use Jitsi. I have a free guide on how to use Jitsi and how to use all the controls so that you can actually conduct your own video podcasts through it and generate revenue for yourself or save money. I'm thinking back in COVID, which is never a good thing. But when you look at how many schools and how many students out there could have used Jitsi during COVID, but instead were talked into using a commercial version of Zoom, where these school districts spend thousands and thousands of dollars delivering video that's no different and if not worse than what we have of our system. It breaks my heart to think about the amount of revenue that was wasted doing that. So please, if anything, if any takeaway you have from here, try meet.nolimitemails.com, create your own room, use it, try it, share it. Um, you'll be better off for it. So that's it. I'm done. I'm muting myself and I'm not talking anymore. So
Thank you for that, Chris. Go ahead, Barbara or Doug. Go ahead.
Would you like to go first, Doug, or should I go first?
Well, if I go first, I have to make a comment about the one who just gave us, the end of life dissertation there. Um, that uh,
Go
he
for it.
while it sounds like he does everything straightforward and reasonable, he also will take a chance at the very beginning when he was learning this system. He was trying to see how many leads he could get in to his system, and he put um, quite a few in, and he then said, well, what if I how do you get an email? So he opened a blank email and basically saved a blank email, and then added all his leads to that email, which was a few, quite a few. And then he basically hit the send button and said, oh, yeah, it's going to send that number. And you hit it one more and it actually primes the system. And he said, yeah, well, it looks like it's going to work. And then he fell asleep. And so, sometime from the time he fell asleep until he woke up about 4 hours later, he had pressed the button one more time to send, and he sent 534,000 blank emails. So, I mean, you can actually make a mistake on this system, and Evan will save you. Um,
Yes.
even if there's a complaint about all these empty emails going out, um, Evan actually turned that around to a positive, to so that we can all have confidence in Evan and his team to take care of us should we make a little mistake. I mean, yes, we've seen a huge mistake turned around. So that's all I've got to say. I'm Doug Halfpenny, and you can just find me on Facebook. I don't have a tagline or anything.
Good to be human with full of mistakes. Barb, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Now, first, the reason why my Jedi self returned was my microphone decided to stop in the middle of this presentation, and I do apologize for that.
You're
You can
okay.
find me at virtual-coach.com, and I specialize in internet marketing, creating entire digital products in under one day, teaching all about how to do all of that, and just about anything else you'd like to know about making money online. That is the area in which I specialize. That and being a Jedi. So, continue, Evan.
Thank you for that. Absolutely, you are Jedi, and it's 100%. If you want a product for Warrior Plus and you want the product to look good and quickly go live, you must come and ask Barbara to give you a access to her knowledge, wisdom, and help, and just asking nicely to help you to make a product with you. And do not shortchange the lady. Make sure.
Thank you.
And that's definitely, Barbara is absolutely amazing when it comes to the digital product creation and all that good stuff. Appreciate you, and you guys heard it. we have done about an hour and a half and a little bit over. For this email master, this conclude our panels. But before we go, obviously I asked, I think your mic's broke once more before I close it. One final request. You guys have any questions, any requests, anything else in between, please share it, ask it, and we will then continue on a public square room. We will continue conversation over there. You can also join us over there, and we will be jumping off YouTube, but we will be still continuing live and meet no limit emails.com/public square. And once more, I thank you, Chris. I thank you, Doug. I thank you, Barbara, for this amazing email master episode. And of course, you seen we are No Limit Emails family, guys. This is the real is you're gonna get close to the that magical button when you get No Limit Emails account. And we will be giving you guys fresh new opportunity with $67 package as a challenge. And you heard, and we also shared some information with you. And if you want to further know how to get in one of this, and everything is active right now, and you can jump on public square and nicely ask one of our members over there to invite you in one. And that being said, have a great weekend and great Sunday, and happy sending. And I will be also uploading and sending more emails for today. And come join us over there, and maybe we will share my screen and we will work on that email and send. And that being conclude our master episode 6, and we will look forward to end of the next month for another one. And thank you once more to my guests, to No Limit Emails Masters, and as well as everyone who's watched and comment. And of course, please do subscribe if you find the content is interesting, and if you see what we got is fit for your business, come join us. And that is it for the next one, guys, and I will see you just a moment in the other room. And we will going to end on this screen, and I will be joining you on the public square just a moment.
Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye from me, bye bye from the Barbara, and bye bye from Doug.
Bye bye.
We will see you over the other side. All right, we ended the stream from the main master's room, and we will going to conclude on YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed. And in the YouTube chat, there is also a pin message. On the pin message, there is a URL for the room that you can join us. If you don't find the chat is opening, look into the description of the video. You should see it in one of the folders or the docs that we already shared. Once more, thank you to my guests, thank you to No Limit Email Masters, and thank you everyone who contributed and watched us, and as well as had a bit of laugh with us. And once more, I will speak to you guys just over the other room, and have a good one.